Okay, I'm in the middle of Judges chapter 14, looking at the life of Samson to draw a lesson out of it. That is, don't double down on your bad decisions and sins, but repent while there's time and you can maybe get out with less damage done. Middle of Judges chapter 14, Samson's at his wedding feast, and he does this. And Samson said to them, the gathered guest, let me now put a riddle to you. If you can tell me what it is within the 7 days of the feast and find it out, then I'll give you 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothes. But if you cannot tell me what it is, then you shall give me 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothes. And they said to him, put your riddle, that we may hear it. And he said to them, out of the eater came something to eat, out of the strong came something sweet. Now, what's going to end up happening is they're going to solve this riddle, not because they're clever enough to solve Samson's riddle, but essentially they're going to threaten his soon-to-be Philistine wife to find out the answer to the riddle. She's going to press him hard. Giving in to women who are crying or moaning is one of Samson's weaknesses. And so he does, she does. That is, she goes and tells this group. They solve the riddle. Samson's out of bed. Now, I want to think about the way in which his bad decision-making and sins compound so that we can see as a cautionary tale, I don't want to do this in my own life. First things first, who's he getting married to? So back at the beginning of chapter 14 in Judges, Samson's parents wisely advise that he not go after this Philistine girl, but he pick a wife, choose a wife from his own countrymen. Samson isn't having it. He's thick-skinned, thick-headed, or maybe not thick-skinned, thick-headed. He's like, I'm going after this girl. In the interim, leading up to this wedding, he finds a lion. The Lord gives him strength. He tears the lion apart. And then on his way back, there's, a couple days later, the lion's carcass is there. He reaches in, takes out the honey. Now, that was a mistake because he wasn't supposed to, per his vow that he had been set apart by the Lord, touch anything dead or unclean. I think his riddle is actually, in essence, him trying to alleviate himself of a guilty conscience in doing what he knows was unclean in the sight of the Lord. Needless to say, it compounds in such a way that he ignores the advice of his parents and chooses a bad wife. He makes an unnecessary bet, and it doesn't go his way because he caves to this wife who presses him hard, clearly not a good woman if she's willing to do that to him. And then by the time he's ended it, he's so incensed, he had to go and use his strength to take the garments off of some would-be Philistines. And then his wife that was given to him, this wife that was the starting point for these bad decisions, he leaves her there at the wedding feast, essentially, and she's given to the best man. So the thing that he was in for ends up going away by the end anyway.